all of these millions and billions of Israelites, we were entrusted with this gospel. Anybody else could have been brought into this truth, but the Lord brought us into it. This is a great honor. It should not be taken lightly. This is the greatest invitation to the greatest event ever. You have people out there that covet to be invited to a feast or a gathering of the so-called royals, or a so-called feast that everybody wants to go to, a gathering of so-called the minds of the world. People covet to that. But this is the greatest invitation ever, to the greatest gathering and the greatest event that ever took place on the planet Earth. And the Lord gave it to us. And the way we show our appreciation is by doing the videos, doing the work. However much the Lord gave each one of us, that's showing gratitude.
That he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the God of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old. But the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build, and another inhabit. They shall not plant, and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord.
All right. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutation, hopefully out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. And what we want to get into today, all right, with the brother GMS Mississippi Camp on the brother Yasha Moffin to my right. Okay, and what we want to get into today is a part 2 of what we went into yesterday, Renown versus Infamous. Okay, and we harped on, the infamous legacy of Esau Edom, even linking back to the garden and to Cain and the Renaissance leading all the way up to the day. Okay, this man always this man was always infamous, or well known for wicked deeds. Okay, and now we're going to go into, a righteous legacy of Israelites dealing with our forefathers that were known to be renowned for righteousness' sake. Okay, going back to two manner of people, and we went into that word manner, which goes into your nature, your treatment of others, which you see between Jacob and Esau. It's a complete difference. We're on 2 different sides of the spectrum, man. Okay, so we're going to go into it from a righteous standpoint today, dealing with our forefathers, man, understanding what we've been attached to. Okay, understanding that we carry on. All right, we have been tasked to carry on that legacy of righteousness in the earth. Okay, you had something to say?
Kind of gonna say, and we went into that word fashion. We
Yep.
also went to manner of life.
Mm-hmm.
So these two people will have different manners of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come. So yeah, let's get that, and then when we get to renown, we'll get that definition. You got it, bro.
God, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 44, starting at verse 1.
Hey, 144. You know, because that's going to be the eternal standard of righteousness in the earth and in the existence, man. Under Yahweh Shai, go ahead.
Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begat us.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning.
So the Lord will be working through our forefathers. That's how our forefathers, you know, in righteousness had these great names because the Lord was working through them. Okay, in righteousness, man. And we're going to get, you know, some accounts. Okay, go ahead.
Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power.
Yep.
Giving counsel by their understanding.
They're giving renown for their power. Go ahead.
And declaring prophecies.
Yep, the prophets. Okay, there's a righteous legacy attached to the prophets. Okay, which King David was a king and the prophet. King Solomon was a king and the prophet. Okay, then you have the prophets, you know, who just prophesied. Okay, because the office of the prophet is a high office, man. You know, and often the prophets, okay, would instruct the kings. Okay, you had Isaiah, he was instructing Hezekiah. Okay, even Nathan, you know, he will give instructions, you know, to King David because the prophet, the office of a prophet is a very high office, man. Okay, so you got that word renown. You got that word renown.
This is definition for renown. Widely acclaimed and highly honored.
Widely acclaimed and highly honored. Okay, and it's for righteousness because you go to infamous, it goes into being known and recognized for wickedness, man. You know, for evil deeds. Okay, but being renowned, okay, that's being known in an honorable way. And this is what our righteous forefathers were known for. They was renowned, all right, for being honorable men. Okay, and there's plenty of examples, but we're just going to touch on a few just to show the different nature. All right, because when Esau would come into power, the scripture will say he would be proud. Even these other heathens will come into power and get proud. Pharaoh, okay, as we're going to go into Nebuchadnezzar, okay, they will be proud. All right, but our forefathers, hey, they will be humble men, and they never sought out fame and glory. They just sought to do the right thing, and the Lord gave them fame for that, man. You know, you can say something. Okay, come. Yeah, let's go back to that. Yep.
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 44. I'm going to read verse 3 again at the top. Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding, and declaring prophecies.
Yep, go ahead.
Leaders of the people by their counsels, and by their knowledge of learning meat for people.
Yeah, the knowledge and learning meat for people, which means that the things that they were teaching benefited everybody. Okay, the way that they ruled benefited everybody. Okay, King David's faith, okay, turned Israel into a superpower in the earth. Okay, King Solomon's wisdom, all right, brought about a time of peace and prosperity. Okay, it wasn't just those individuals that, you know, would benefit off their renown. The whole nation benefited off King David being renowned. These nations fearing King David. Okay, substance began to flow to Israel. Israel became a superpower. All right, and it continued on under the time of King Solomon. Joseph, he was renowned for what? Being able to break down dreams. Okay, and guess what? His family was preserved based off him, the Lord using him to break down dreams, man. So not only did Joseph benefit off, you know, he was put in second in command in Egypt, but guess what? His whole lineage benefited off that, man. Jacob wrestled the angel. Okay, you have that story, but not only did Jacob benefit off wrestling that angel and prevailing, but we as his descendants benefited, man. Even that play, what Rebecca and Jacob did, the spirit was on them to get the birthright and the blessing. Guess what? We benefit off that. You see, our forefathers and their deeds and righteousness, man, we're benefiting off that to this day, man. Abraham's faith. You see, well, but then you know on the flip side, what do we benefit off what niggas have done? Nigga culture. Okay. Tattoos all over your goddamn face, man. Okay, being a damn junkie now. That's the thing now, being a junkie on all these different drugs. Okay?
Being someone you have to always look over your shoulder.
Yeah. Niggas doing interviews, looking over their shoulder. Okay, niggas getting shot up with their children in the car. Like, matter of fact, nigga legacies get other people killed. You see the exact opposite. You know, the legacy of niggas get other niggas killed. Even you go into feminism. All it takes is one feminism and in the next generation, one feminist auntie. Look how many women's lives she's ruined. Those women in the family that look up to her, you know, the auntie or you know, grandma or whatever. Look how many families was ruined trying to mimic, okay, Auntie Shell and shit, man. Okay, or be a street nigga like Uncle Darnell. You know what I'm saying? You look at the ripple effect of death and dysfunction that it caused. But see, our forefathers, they established a righteous legacy, man, which we can enter into this legacy and immediately begin to benefit, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Okay. By their knowledge of learning meet for the people, wise and eloquent are their instructions.
Yep, wise and eloquent are their instructions. Go ahead.
Such as found out musical tunes.
Yep.
And recite verses in writing.
Yeah, Psalms, all right, Proverbs, Songs of Solomon, Wisdom of Solomon. Okay, go ahead. The Book of Sirach. There's the book. Here it is. That's a legacy that was left behind. Because we read the Book of Sirach and apply it to the day. You know, give not thyself over to a light woman. And then you go into the definition of what light mean. Okay, a woman of no value, light skirted, low morals. So here it is. This is ancient wisdom that we can read and benefit immediately. Okay, wine is good for the life of man if it's drunken in moderation. Okay, prove thy soul. All right, you know, and give not that. All right, that's wicked to it. Okay, because every man doesn't have profit in everything. So here it is. This book is full of this wisdom that we can open up right now in real time, read it, apply it, and win. You see, our forefathers put the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai was on our forefathers to put this together, man. Okay, go ahead.
Rich men furnished with ability.
Yep.
Living peaceably in their habitation.
I said rich man furnished with ability, because on this side, you know, being rich is all qualifies for being popular, having clout, or being idolized. Just the fact that you're rich. No, rich man with ability. Okay? Because our forefathers were well off, but they had ability and righteousness, man, to govern and rule in righteousness, man. You can say something.
And they knew how to manage their money by putting in certain things, you know, how to utilize their riches for the benefit of the whole nation.
Because they were rich in resources, you know. They didn't have bank accounts with FRN notes stacked up in it, well, with digital, you know, number on there, and that's your net worth. No, it was rich in resources, man. Okay, go ahead.
All these were honored in their generation.
Yep.
And were the glory of their times.
Yep, the glory of their times. Go ahead.
There be of them that have left a name behind them, that praises might be reported.
Yep. So now we're able to, you know, sing about, to talk about it, you know, discuss, you know, those righteous legacies, okay, of our forefathers. You know, even some of our foremothers, man. You know, that moved in righteousness. All right, those women that had the bigger picture in mind. Okay, Sarah, Rebecca, okay, Judith, certain of our foremothers, they had a mindset, all right, of what, man? Of legacy. Sarah did what she did because of legacy, man. Rebecca was thinking about legacy. Judith thinking about legacy, man. Okay? They wasn't trying to be deep, okay, and be the supervisor of men. No, they had a mindset, all right, within their lot, okay, to play their part, okay, and forward in the legacy, man. Okay, the mother of those 7 brothers, okay, well, she cuts all that dear mama spirit, that the nigga woman be on today, you know. Nah, man, completely different mindset. And that's why we all are being changed, because we're being changed back to this, man. The mindset of carrying on a righteous legacy, man, is bigger than us. Okay, go ahead.
And some there be which have no memorial,
Yep.
who are perished,
Yep.
as though they had never been,
Yep.
and are become as though they had never been born.
Yeah, so there's accounts and legacies that are not known, but they're known of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. And we're going to get all that back, because the Lord doesn't want to just give us too much, to where, because we got what we need for salvation.
Mm-hmm.
We got the examples we need. We got the wisdom. We got the expectations. We got the understanding of prophecy of what to avoid, okay, which is needed for salvation. But there's legacies that are not, well known right now, that's going to be revamped in the earth, man, of our forefathers, man. You brothers, hey, it's enough, all right, fame and greatness to go around for everybody in Israel, man. All you brothers, it's enough to go around. Okay, that's why, like, going into this morning, man, we just gonna tap into whatever our lot is, man. King David lot, that was his lot. King Solomon lot, that was his lot. Joseph, Daniel, all right, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, those men that we read about, they just excel in their lot. And you're going to see our forefathers are always content with their lot. They wasn't never about just doing things for the sake of clout. They did things for the sake of righteousness, man. You got it, bro.
And their children after them.
Mm-hmm.
But these were merciful men whose righteousness have not been forgotten.
Yep, whose righteousness have not been forgotten, and in the kingdom, all those legacies are going to be known. Men are going to be living legends, man. Like, you watch the Marvel movie, okay, and it always have these different spin-offs to certain characters, okay. You might have, a certain spin-off based on this one character, man, just based on what Wolverine, okay, just based on, Storm, whoever the characters are, okay. Well, in the kingdom, it's going to be one story, but you're going to have all these different characters, and these men are going to be living legends, man. Okay? You had something, bro?
Okay. A quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 49, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Can a woman forget her sucking child,
mm-hmm.
that she could not have compassion on the son of her womb?
Yep.
Yea, they may forget, but I will not forget thee.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
You bring it down, bro.
You see, sure, a woman might forsake her children or forget. The people might forget their men of old, but the Most High would not forget your righteousness. The Most High would not forget the works you put in for Him. Even though everybody might forget, even though they may change history, cover up history, the Most High got it forever written.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, you got some more on it?
Oh no, I was gonna jump back to Ecclesiastes.
Oh, that was it on it.
Okay.
Let's jump to let's get some accounts. So let's get 1 Samuel 17. Let's start at 39. All right, because you look at King David, how he got a name for himself. Well, it was based on his faith. Okay, it was based on his righteousness, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna go into the account. 1 Samuel 17, start at 39.
Okay. It's 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 39. And David girded his sword upon his armor, and he what's that? Essayed to go, for he had not proved it.
Go ahead.
And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I am not proved, for I have not proved them. And David put them off.
Yeah,
them off him.
Saul, tried to equip David with his armor, but King David wasn't feeling it. He was like, look, I haven't proven these. But guess what the King David did prove? The Lord. How about Shema shot? So he took off, Saul's armory, okay, and he's going to go into what he did. Go ahead.
And he took his staff in his hand and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook and put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in a scrip. And his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistines.
Yeah, so King David was like, nah, I'm gonna stick to what I've been doing. I'm gonna stick to what I've been doing, what's been working. Go ahead.
And the Philistine,
because remember he had already slew a lion and a bear. Okay, go ahead.
And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David, and the man that bare the shield went before him.
Yep, go ahead.
And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy and of a fair countenance.
He was young. He hadn't filled out yet. Go ahead.
And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog that thou comest to me with staves?
Yeah, go ahead.
And the Philistine cursed David by his gods.
Go ahead.
And the Philistine said unto David, Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field.
Go ahead.
Then David said to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied.
Yeah, so King David was motivated because Goliath was defying, and blaspheming Yahweh by Shema Shai. That was David's motivation to do what he was doing. The spirit was on him, that bravery, that courage, that faith was on him because of Goliath's, bad mouthing of Yahweh by Shema Shai. And David came in the name of Yahweh by Shema Shai. You see, these heathens, when they do things, they like to do things in their own name. When Titus took down Jerusalem in 70 AD, that's why you have the Ark of Titus to commemorate that. The Ark of Constantine, where there was a Jake, but he was a wicked nigga. You had these different, King Nebuchadnezzar, he wanted people to bow down to a statue of himself. But King David, like, nah, I come in the name, the authority of Yahweh by Shema Shai. The humility, man. Go ahead.
This day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite thee and take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a power in Israel.
So what was his motivation behind this? So the earth can know that there's a power in Israel. He wasn't out there to get clout for himself. He wanted the world to know, like, nah, there's a power in Israel, and it's going to be shown today. You see, you gonna say something?
No, I was just agreeing.
So read verse 47. You can jump around.
And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saved not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord, and he will give you into our hands.
So it was all about Yahweh by Shema Shai and his glory. And King David was being used to showcase the power and the glory of Yahweh by Shema Shai in the earth, man. And the Lord used David, and he wanted David to get a good name, but it wasn't based on David and his selfish ambition. No, it was based on the glory of the Lord going throughout the earth, man. Okay, so you go to 2 Samuel 7, and I think it's verse 7. Now this is after King David is established in his kingdom, and he's inquiring about building. Okay, the temple. Okay, so you start at 5, 2 Samuel 7 and 5.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 5. Go and tell my servant David, thus said the Lord, thou shalt build me an house for me to dwell in.
Yep, so the Lord is asking, so you gonna build me a house? Like I'm in need of shelter, you know,
Yeah.
you know, being sarcastic with him. You know, go ahead.
Whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time that I brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, even to this day. But have I walked in a tent and in a tabernacle?
Go ahead.
In all the places wherein I have walked with all the children of Israel, spake I a word with any of the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to feed my people Israel, saying, why build ye not me an house of cedar?
Yeah, so the Lord, like, I'm not inquiring for no house. Well, see, that was the thing with these heathen. These heathens will have temples to their gods. You know, so King David, like, nah, we got the true power. So King David mind, like, nah, we gonna build a spectacular temple to our power. King David, he was in his wealth at this time. He was blessed. You know, he had been subduing the heathen, spoiling the earth. Okay, so his blessing, he's thinking about what can he do for the Lord with the resources that he's gained through, because he know those resources came through Yahweh Shema Shai. So he's like, what can I do for the Lord? Like, I see that these temples the heathens be having their temples. Like, nah, our power. Okay, now we're gonna build a temple for our power. That's what King David mindset was it, man. Okay, go ahead.
Now therefore, so shalt thou say unto my servant David, thus said the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the sheepcote, from following sheep, to be a ruler of over my people, over Israel.
Yeah, so Lord, now he's pretty much running back. King David come up, like, I took you from being a sheepcote to being a ruler. Okay, in one lifetime. Imagine that come up, from being a shepherd boy to a ruler over the greatest people in the earth. Okay, go ahead.
And I was with thee whithersoever thou wentest, and have cut off all thy enemies out of thy sight, and I have made thee a great name, like unto the name of the great men that were in the earth.
So the Lord made King David a great name. And you read that in the NLT.
Okay.
You know?
This is verse 9 in NLT. I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I have destroyed all your enemies before your eyes. Now I will make your name as famous as anyone who has ever lived on earth.
And one of the most famous names that you can speak about today is King David. Okay, you can talk to people that don't even speak English, but you say King David, like, it's most of the time you're gonna get a reaction like a reference. You see, so that's why our mindset shouldn't be about clout and fame. It's about doing right. Let the Lord handle their part. The fame that He's gonna give, His men, and it's gonna be in righteousness and it's gonna endure. You can say something.
God, no, I just had a precept.
Okay, yeah, get your precept. Yeah, we'll jump back to that.
Oh, it's kind of long one.
So okay, yeah, just jump because I want to jump down because as King David is being told that he's always going to have a seed to sit the throne. I just want to go into his reaction of humility, man. It's the complete opposite of being proud. Okay. All right. You can jump down to 18. Yep.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 18.
Yep.
Then went King David in and sat before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Who am I, O Lord, power? And what is my house that thou hast brought me into hitherto?
Yeah, so King David, like, who am I to be honored with this blessing? You know, or having, you know, this dynasty that you've given me. Like, who am I? Like, what make me even worthy for all this that you're doing for me? You see that? That's the mindset our forefathers had, man. Okay, they didn't feel entitled or like because of, you know, what they did that they here. No, who am I? You know, sometimes we be in the truth, man. I be like, man, like we talk, like we serve the King. Yahweh Shai is dealing, you know, like we really actually serving the King. Like he here, like his presence is here. Like what we're doing is for him. You know, like the honor to be able to do that. Okay, that's why we don't take this thing lightly, and we're not here for the gimmicks, man. Okay, you got it, bro.
Verse 19. And this was yet a small thing in the Lord's sight, O Lord power, but thou hast spoken also of thy servant's house for a great while to come, and is this the manner of man, O Lord power?
So read that in NLT.
Okay. Verse 19. And now, sovereign Lord, in addition to everything else, you speak of giving your servant a lasting dynasty.
A lasting dynasty. Go ahead.
Do you deal with everyone this way?
Yeah, he's like, you know, he's trying to figure it out. Like, what makes me even worthy, man? Go ahead.
Continue in the NLT.
Yeah, continue in NLT.
What more can I say to you? You know what your servant is really like, oh sovereign Lord.
Like, what I can't, you know what I mean? Like, you know me better than me. You know, go ahead.
Because of your promise and according to your will, you have done all these great things and have made them known to your servant.
Go ahead.
How great you are, O sovereign Lord.
Oh, how great you are. Go ahead.
There is no one like you. We have never even heard of another power like you.
Yeah, so he's giving glory and praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai for these great promises bestowed upon him, his position, you know, the name that he's given. All right. He's like, look, I don't, you know, who am I to even deserve this? You know, and he's giving praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai. You know, and that's the cloth that our forefathers are cut from, man. You know, great men, but great humility. You see, this is the mold that we're being, all right, formed into, man. Okay, that was it. You got yours, man.
Can I? First one, this. This is Hebrews chapter 11. We'll start from verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. What's a good report? Renown. That renown. Through faith, we understand that the world was framed by the word of the Most High, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith, Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, and the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh.
Yeah, so Abel, you know, even his, you know, he's recorded to his offering being accepted, his obedience. Okay, we come from a legacy of obedience, man, and this is, all right, what we've been reattached to is that legacy of obedience revamped in the earth, man. Okay, so even Abel with his obedience, you know, is recorded. Okay, and that's going to be, you know, attached to what? A righteous legacy forever. Go ahead.
By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High.
Yeah, Enoch was going to Hanak, which goes to what? Dedication. Okay? So his dedication, all right, is renowned to this day. Okay? Because Enoch, he was in the world during the time we read about Lamech. You know what I'm saying? Enoch was in that era. Okay? When you had wild heathens, all right, the sons of Cain was in the earth. Okay? So he's seen some things, but he stayed dedicated to the way. Just as like now, we're the sons of Cain, Esau, Edom. Okay? This nigga runs the earth. A very wicked, violent, perverse society. You know? But the Lord has put the spirit on us to stay dedicated to the way. So we're carrying on the legacy of Enoch, man. That dedication, man. Go ahead.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Yep, oh yeah.
By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
Yeah, so Noah has a legacy of, we call him a preacher of righteousness. Okay, then the labor he was putting in building the ark. Okay, so Noah, all right, was preparing, all right, for something that he never seen before, the earth never seen. Just as we're preparing for something that this world has never seen, a nuclear exchange between nations. Okay, chariots coming back, destroying and delivering. No one that is never recorded in history of these events happening that we prophesy about. But through faith, we're moving and building, okay, preparing for that event to happen, for these things to happen, man, just as Noah did. Okay, you got it, bro.
By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whether he went. And by faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise.
So Abraham, what did he do? He broke away from his father's house. Okay, which, you know, that was a dishonorable thing to do. Okay, just like as we, you know, we're not keeping the traditions of our fathers, because we was in the world, where we would be right now on the way to Big Mama house. Okay, presents and shit. Okay, stupid ass hat on. Okay, getting ready to eat ham and watch the game. See, we broke away from that, and to this world that's dishonorable. But through faith, we know we're doing the thing of honor and righteousness, man. You know, so we had to break away from the traditions of our people, just as Abraham had to break away from the tradition of his father's house, man, which there was idol worshipers, man. Once you have heavy idolatry, majority of our people, they're into this idolatry of today, man. Okay, or this pagan holiday, man. You see, because that started in this whole Christmas. You go into Abraham, you know, being from the Chaldeans. Well, it goes back to ancient Babylon, which you have Nimrod. Okay, which this whole Christmas thing goes back to Nimrod, man. That tree represents supposed to be his rod coming out the ground, man. Okay, and him having everlasting life because the evergreen tree is evergreen. Okay, and when you come put presents under that tree, you're bound down to his rod. You're paying reverence to his rod, man. All right, perverseness and paganism, man. But we detached from that, man. And now this is what we're on, man. You got it, bro. You got something else?
Kind. I wanted to jump to Revelation chapter 3, verse 4.
Go ahead.
Thou hast a few names, even Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. That's a great renown. That's that great renown by faith, by doing it. Could you believe in the Most High, Yahweh Shem Al Shai, and follow him throughout this wicked era? You know?
Because it's a real kingdom that's been established. So each brother represents a house. All right. And Yahweh Shai is saying, I'm gonna profess your name before my Father. So that means that your house is going to be in good standings with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. And it's going to show in the earth by the status, because a king can change your status like that. He can instantly give you lands and revenue and servants and change your whole status and the way society looks at you like that. And that's what Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is going to do for his men. Okay? He's going to change their status just like that. Okay? They're great renown. You see? But it's a thing of what? Patience. And keep doing the right thing until the Lord makes that change, man. And we got faith in that. That's why we're not seeking, because it's easy to be popular today. It's easy to take this word and manipulate it and do debates and get on platforms and just be popular, but it's in vanity, man. Nah, man. We want to be renowned. We want to be known for standing stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, as it says in 2nd Ezra, man. Okay? We want to be renowned in righteousness and be rewarded by Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, man. Okay? Somebody in the comment board telling how deep we are. That's not the reward that we're after, man. Okay? Filthy lucre, for cash apps. We don't teach for cash apps, man. Nah, man. We want to be renowned. We want to get that well done from Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. And that's going to last forever. You get that well done, that's going to last forever, man. You can say something.
I was going to land back on a point you had made. Like the scripture said, it's a simple thing to make them, for the Most High to make somebody rich. It's a simple thing for him to give us the kingdom. But it all comes with patience,
Real quick, I got one more count, and then we can get to the illustrious prince. Let's get Daniel chapter 5. Now we'll get to the point. Okay, so you had we can start at 11. So you had the writing on the wall. That famous account where Belshazzar was partying with his wives and concubines, and the writing appeared on the wall. Okay, and Daniel was brought in to interpret this writing. But I want to go into the mindset of Daniel, which Daniel was a very great man, okay, in the earth. Okay, but we just examining the mindset that our forefathers had, man. Okay, so you can read in NLT, Daniel 5 and 13.
Okay.
Let me just read down.
This is Daniel chapter 5, verse 13. In the NLT. So Daniel was brought in before the king. The king asked him, "Are you Daniel, one of the exiles brought from Judah by my predecessors, King Nebuchadnezzar?"
So you're asking, you pretty much a slave, that was brought in during the captivity, okay, under Nebuchadnezzar. Go ahead.
"I have heard that you have the spirit of the most." Excuse me.
Yeah, because they equated Daniel's wisdom to the spirit of their gods.
Yeah.
But Daniel would always prove that no, it's my God that's doing this. Okay, go ahead
and read that over again.
Yeah, you got
I have heard that you have the spirit of the gods within you, and that you are filled with insight, understanding, and wisdom.
Go ahead.
My wise men and enchanters have tried to read the words on the wall, and they tell me their meaning, but they cannot do it.
Go ahead.
I am told that you can give interpretation and solve difficult problems. You have read these words and tell me, if you can read these words and tell me their meaning, you will be clothed in purple robes of royal honor, and you will have a golden chain placed around your neck. You will become the third third highest ruler in the kingdom.
All right, so he's saying, okay, you tell me this, I'm gonna give you this, you're gonna be this rank, you're gonna be this. Now listen to the response of Daniel. Go ahead.
Daniel answered the king, keep your gifts or give them to someone else, but I will tell you what the writing means.
Yeah, so remember they had to go get Daniel. Daniel our forefathers weren't sitting around being opportunistic. Okay. Daniel wasn't just around debating the magicians of Babylon just because he had that wisdom. No. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't an opportunist. He wasn't an opportunist, man. They had to go get him. And he was like, look, keep your little gifts, but I'm going to tell you what it means, though. Okay? Because he understood his duty. Okay? He was a prophet, man. Okay, go ahead.
Your Majesty,
Because first he gonna tell Belshazzar about himself and Nebuchadnezzar too. Go ahead.
Your Majesty, the Most High Power gave sovereignty, majesty, glory, and honor to your predecessor.
Yeah, so he didn't go into giving credits to the gods of Babylon. He said, no, the Most High, all right, gave your grandfather, which was Nebuchadnezzar, his majesty and glory, all right, which you inherited. Go ahead.
Nebuchadnezzar, he made him so great that people of all races and nations and languages tremble before him in fear. He killed those he wanted to kill and spared those he wanted to spare. He honored those he wanted to honor and disgraced those he wanted to disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
But when his heart and mind were puffed up with arrogance, he was brought down from his royal throne and stripped of his glory.
Yeah, so pride. So King Nebuchadnezzar got prideful, and Daniel's running it down to him like, look, your grandfather, okay, all his power and might and glory came from my power. You know, the reason he was able to move in the earth and have his way because of my power, because of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. And he got proud, you know, and he got stripped down. Go ahead.
He was driven from human society. He was given the mind of a wild animal. He lived among the wild donkeys. He ate grass like a cow. He was drenched with the dew of heaven until he learned that the Most High Power ruled over the kingdom of the world and appoint anyone he desires to rule over them.
Mm-hmm. So Daniel's running it down. The Most High appoints who he wants to rule the earth. Okay, but all these heathens, okay, Edomites, Elam, the Ishmaelite caliphates, all these different heathens, you have different men that will rise up, okay, and they will make it seem as they were some type of god, like they was, they self-appointed themselves. No, you became in power because the Most High wanted you in power, because it was written for you to come in power. That's why I say Alexander is great. No, the Most High is great. Alexander was just a nigga that was used, okay, to fulfill prophecy, man. Okay, go ahead.
You are his successor. You are his successor.
And you notice that these heathens would call themselves the great. Now you had Jake that would do that, like Constantine the Great. Okay, but you go to our forefathers, it wasn't King David the Great. Okay, King Solomon the Great. All right, well these heathens will put these titles, Cyrus the Great. Okay, no, how about Shem Al-Shai is great? Okay, we're great because of him, but we're not great separated from him, as we can see. As you can tell, goddamn, go ahead.
You are his successor, O Belshazzar. And you knew all this, yet you have not humbled yourself.
And you knew all this, and you didn't humble yourself. Okay. So King and Daniel's giving him the rundown before he tell him basically, look, your kingdom finished. Okay, because that's basically what he's going to go into. You can read the rest of the account. I just wanted to get into Daniel. He didn't want no gifts. Okay, and he told him why you in the position you in because of your pride. You didn't learn from your granddad, and you know this. You a noble. You got to study your family history. You know the histories of the nobility of your family. You know their history. Okay. So Daniel is like, I want to call him King Daniel because he is gonna be a king. And that's the thing. All these men that we read about, they're gonna be kings in the earth forever. You know? He is gonna be King Daniel Allah. All right, Daniel Allah, man. Malak Daniel Allah. That's gonna be a thing in the earth. Okay. So yeah, something else. Let's get that Numbers 24. And then we get that word. You still have that word illustrious pulled up. So I might can pull it up. You don't?
No, I don't.
I got you. We just get it. Get that word for star. Yeah, I got it pulled up. So Numbers 24 and 17.
This is Numbers chapter 24, verse 17.
Yep.
I shall see him, but not now.
Mm-hmm.
I shall behold him, but not nigh.
Yep. So this is a heathen, okay? A Midianite, which you had the Moabite king Balaam to get this heathen to put curses on Jake. Okay. So he tried to put enchantments on Jake, but the Most High opened him up to certain prophecies, okay, concerning us in the end times, man. Okay. So he's showing that, all right, matter of fact, reading, we're going to break it down.
There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Seth.
Yep. So there's a dominant king. That Skepta goes into rulership. There's a dominant king that's going to come out of Jacob, from the lineage of Jacob. That star, and that's Yahweh Shai. Okay. So we're going to go into this word star. All right. And goes into the word star in Hebrew.
Okay.
I think that word is the word is let me see what it is.
Strong's H3556. Kochav.
And it's gonna be Ka. What's that? Yah. Kayakab in Hebrew. Kayakab. All right. Well, no, it's Kawakab. Kawakab. Yep. So get that in the Strong's. What we looked it up yesterday. The Brown. Was it in here? Yeah, it's in here. Yeah, Genesis, Hebrews, Lexicon. Yeah, get that. What it say? Yeah, illustrious prince.
Okay. This is the Strong's. A metaphor used an illustrious prince.
An illustrious prince, metaphorically speaking, an illustrious prince. So it describes Yahweh Shai as an illustrious prince. Okay, so you get this word illustrious. It says, well known, respected, and admired for past achievements. Okay, eminent. To go into the words, the synonyms: eminent, distinguished, notable, noteworthy, prominent, paramount, renowned, influential, well known, highly regarded, of repute, of reputation, distinguished, remarkable, brilliant, splendid, outstanding, grand, okay, glorious, noble. Okay, so that's going to be the legacy of Yahweh Shai, and it's going to go into the well-known, respected, and admired for past achievements. It's going to be known that this man was used to create everything. Okay, this man established, okay, order through this man. All right, peace is reigning in the earth. Through this man, the earth is a paradise. It's going to be known, and it's going to be known that the men under him played a part in that, man. Whatever. That's why, look, whatever our lots is, man, it's going to be beyond, you know, satisfying. We're going to be beyond, all right, content with whatever our lots is under Yahweh Shai, man. You know, We're gonna be known as illustrious as well under Yahweh Shah, but it begins with him. Okay. So matter of fact, you can end it with Zechariah 3 and start at 17 and read to 20. I mean Zephaniah. Zephaniah 3. Start at 17.
This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 17. The Lord thy power in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest his hand. He will rest his hand love.
Rest in his love. Yep.
He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing.
Yeah, so we're going to experience, the Lord rejoicing over his people. Because we went through the Lord being angry with us. Okay, now we're finna experience the Lord rejoicing over his people. Okay? And the earth is going to witness the Lord rejoicing over his people, man. Because the earth witness the Lord's wrath against us, man. Okay, go ahead.
I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden.
Yeah, because as we wake up to the truth, we're tired of being looked at as niggas, man. And that's one of the biggest pet peeves I got, when people look at me like I ain't shit, man. Like there's, like that, like I'm less than. Like that be real irksome. How people look down their nose and they expect you to be dumb. They expect you not to know certain shit. You know what I'm saying? They just expect you to be this goddamn reprobate degenerate nigga, man. Like that's one of the most irksome things. Like that's they expect it. And that's like I say, whose reproach was a burden. Like, nah, man, we not no niggas, man. Okay? We not street niggas, thugs, we not none of that, man. And they get to the point, like they get offensive, like, nah, that we ain't that, but that's part of the burden we gotta endure until the Lord changed their perception in the earth, man. Go ahead.
Behold, at the time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that
halted, save her, which her is Israel, and the legacy of Israel halted in the earth. It ceased. To Spicks, wetbacks, Jamaicans, street niggas, hot girl, all of the most degenerate titles you can think of, man. Hot girl, hot boy, what the hell is that? So the righteous legacy of Israel had halted in the earth, man. Go ahead.
And gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
They're gonna get praise and fame in every land that they've been put to shame. Okay, and that's gonna come through the prophecies of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah being fulfilled. So this is why we're not here with gimmicks. We don't have nothing to sell you. Okay, you don't have no debate that you can go watch. All right, you have this grand Passover that you can get on pay-per-view. No, we're waiting on the Lord to give us that fame, because it's gonna be right. We're gonna be renowned. Okay, it's gonna be understood. When you have to argue with no nigga about, that's because of debate. You're arguing your greatness, man. We ain't gotta argue with you niggas. We know what it is. Okay, so that was the point. You had something else you want to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say we ain't trying to build up no schools for these.
No.
We ain't trying to do nothing.
No, that's another bill. Goddamn, this the school here, man. This is the educational center here, man. Drawing out the righteous legacy in us, man. So with that, we pray that you brothers and you sisters edify once again. We'll give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.